Hello and welcome to PA124 Week 1. I'm your instructor Krista and I'm going to be doing a lecture on Chapter 1 today. So in PA124 we're actually in this book, English, the Basics, and so we're going to try to do a little bit of topic about English and then also mix it with some medical terminology. So I wanted to read you the first paragraph about what print and electronic references are. Chapter 1 starts on page 1 and it says, "Are you eager or are you anxious? Too careful or too, T-O-O, careful? Is the correct spelling illiterate or illiterate? Do you give someone advice or advise? These words you choose make a difference. A wrong word not only can change the meaning of your message, but can also affect what others think of you." So, for example, we are in an online class, and it can really make a difference on what words you're using, and then also how you are perceived in class. So I think this is a really great subject to actually talk about in your discussion this week. If you will turn to page 7, under electronic references, your discussion is about electronic references, and so I wanted to read you about what they are. Electronic references are computerized versions of standard reference materials such as dictionaries, thesauruses, and encyclopedias, because you know a lot of them don't come in a bound book anymore. Electronic references are available on the internet, on a CD-ROM, as a handheld device, and in various software programs. Word processing and other software programs include common electronic reference tools such as spell checkers, thesaurus, and grammar checkers. Many electronic references are enhanced with capabilities such as audio. With some electronic dictionaries, for example, you can click on an icon and then hear the pronunciation of a word, which I think is so helpful because in another PT class that you have, you're supposed to give a pronunciation test on drugs. And if you don't know how to say them or you've never heard someone say them, just reading the spelling can be really confusing. So I love that they have these electronic references online that you can go and hear the word being pronounced. Handheld electronic translators are especially popular. These pocket-sized devices can translate thousands of words and phrases into other languages. And that reminds me of another discussion question we have in a different class about if you have a Spanish-speaking customer come up or someone who is speaking a different language, how do you translate what they're talking about? And it has become, with these electronic devices, something that is not a problem anymore. And maybe pharmacies have them now on hand so that if the patient does come up, then they can just help them easily. So I think that's really awesome. So in your discussion question, you're talking about electronic references. So this first discussion is really kind of checking in with each other. We're really trying to see who the other students are. You're supposed to write 150 to 200 word discussion, so make sure that you give us enough there. Whether you're, I would give more than just the definition of electronic reference. Talk about, have you used electronic reference, or if you knew of an electronic reference, when it would have helped you. So give us some personal information about you so that we can get to know you in class. And then the peer reviews are due by that Sunday, and so that is really interacting with other students. So take, for example, that you were talking to someone in class. It would be about talking to them and really interacting with them. You wouldn't just say, "Yes, I agree," and you won't get points for that either. So make sure that you say, "Oh, I completely understand what you're saying, and this is how I would have used it," or add some type of information. Okay, so that's electronic reference. I love the little cartoon it gives you. So make sure you read through your chapter. And then at the very end, your assignment is on Chapter 1 review. It starts on page 15 and it wants you to do A, B, and C. It's just front and back of these pages. You will need a thesaurus. And so whether that's an electronic reference that you have, or if you have a thesaurus at home that you might be able to use, that will help you not only in the chapter review, but then you also have a quiz due this week. And I love that it not only talks about English, but then it also relates some of that health information that we've gotten from different classes into that. So you might have to pull out one of your other pharmacy technician books. I would recommend maybe the Mosby's book, or if you've done another review class, that you pull out that book just so that you know the definition of those words that they're asking you about. So that's the quiz. So the discussion, you have the assignment, and then you have the quiz due this week. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I am available through text, phone, and then also email. So reach out to me and ask me any questions. English can be kind of hard, but I love that it's really relating back to, we're an online class and we're an online division, and we're learning how to communicate that way. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next week.